o'clock. Nice job, Eddie Schizzeri. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Boomer Esiason, Craig Carton on the fan. Of course, worldwide on CBS Sports Network. Got a great show for you today because this is it. The Friday before the Super Bowl. We've made it through the week, and there's absolutely no juice or buzz whatsoever to what is really, if you think about it, an unprecedented game that'll go down in history as the best player arguably to ever play the sport, at odds with the league, going for a record-setting Super Bowl with the commissioner in the building and all the things that come around that. And yet, maybe it's the city, which is a dump. Maybe it's the fact that no one buys into Atlanta because you just haven't seen him enough. But you are talking about Super Bowl 51, a historical Super Bowl in the context of Tom Brady and Robert Kraft versus the league. And in Houston, it's a goose egg. Good morning, Boomer. How are you today, buddy boy?
I'm doing good, Greg. So we're going to start the week with insulting Houston. We're going to end the week with insulting Houston.
Well, they finally I was the lead story in the news down here last night.
I was. I actually believe it's been great. I think Houston's done a great job. The weather's been unbelievable.
Yeah, Houston's responsible for that.
Well,
let's give the welcoming committee responsibility.
But I'm just saying that's part of it. As long as the weather is nice, then everybody gets along. There's a million great restaurants around here. I don't see you. Starving at all.
No, not even a little bit.
Restaurants have been great. The Neemfaz restaurant the other night was unbelievable.
Fantastic.
Steak 48 was unbelievable. Going to B&B Butcher House tonight. It's going to be great.
I was there yesterday for a snack.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it's very good.
You sure?
I got no problem with the restaurants.
Great restaurants, a lot of local flavor and everything else. Come on, it's great. I've enjoyed it, man.
Of course, yeah.
I know you spent a lot of time over at the Galleria yesterday, so that's good.
I've been to the Galleria. I've been to the Heights.
Yeah.
I was in River Oaks.
Yes.
No, there's not a single redeemable quality of this town.
Yes, there is.
Other than the fajitas we had in Memphis.
It's a great town.
In any event, you have something that's happening that, it's funny. It's obviously been talked about ad infinitum over the year, the Deflategate and all that crap. But here it is. One of the single biggest scandals, as dopey as that is, because what it's based on, it's not based on a gambling thing or, a guy fixing a game. It's based on a deflated ball several years ago now, right?
Yep.
And yet, here we are, one of the single biggest scandals in the history of football from a standpoint of the attention it got, and the league's best player, most popular player, being suspended for a quarter of a season, a team giving up draft picks and $1 million, and that team is now at the precipice of coming full circle and doing something that has not been done. And that, to me, is a great storyline because you can pick sides, the commissioner's side, New England side. Maybe as New Yorkers, we all hate New England because it's Brady and Belichick, so we all become Falcons fans. There's a lot of great sub-stories to what's going on, and I'm sorry. This is, selfishly, the 10th Super Bowl you and I have been at.
Yep.
All right? And obviously, as a fan, we've watched everyone since we've been born. There's something missing, and I'm not sure. If it's
maybe it's because it's not the Cowboys. That's probably why.
Maybe.
But how about the fact that this all started in 2015? So think
2 years now.
It started after the AFC Championship game against the Indianapolis Colts in January of 2015. Tom Brady goes through the entire 2015 season under the cloud of a suspension, and he's going to take it before the courts, and he's going to try to get an injunction, and he did get an injunction. Then the injunction was overturned. So they've been going on and on and on through 2 football seasons.
And they go to the championship.
They go to the AFC Championship game last year, and now they're here in the Super Bowl. And in the midst of all of that, he missed 4 games because he was suspended.
Yep.
So just think about the level of, we always talk about distraction in football, right? And how you don't want distraction. You don't want the guys on the boat. You don't want Antonio Brown Facebooking live from the locker room and all this other stuff. Is there a bigger distraction in football than your star player on your football team and the best player ever at his position in the league enduring and going through what Tom Brady has gone through over the last 24 months?
No, not even close.
It's crazy.
Not even close.
It is really crazy when you think about it.
And then you take stock of all the crap that's gone on there, from the Aaron Hernandez murder stuff to the Kraft-Goodell relationship, or maybe lack thereof.
How about Spygate?
And then all of a sudden, you're now right here. They have the chance to do something that has not been done, and it's going to be historical one way or the other. Either they go down as, now they will have lost 3 Super Bowls, with Brady as their quarterback.
4-3 and 7, right? Or 5
they've
and 2.
won 5. Either way, it's significant. And what's interesting about it is that you have a team that essentially kicked ass all year in relative anonymity. And that's not their fault. It's not like they're not begging for attention. But, if the Atlanta Falcons had a different name, the Dallas Cowboys, the Green Bay Packers, the New York Giants, the Chicago Bears, pick up maybe the Oakland Raiders if they were an NFC team, the whole bit.
Yep.
There'd be a whole different vibe to this game.
Right.
And yet there isn't. No one's fault, but it's strange to me. Like we're sitting here, and all week long I leave the show and I go, boy, it's so weird that there's no action. There's no vibe. I think people, like even listening to us, who are going to be knee deep in it, like we always are for a Super Bowl, and watching the commercials and Lady Gaga and whatever money or box pools and office pools we all participate in. When it's all said and done, there's been no major issue this week. There's been no major debate of anything this week. It's been a vanilla week.
Well, it
from
has
a Super Bowl
been.
perspective.
From the game perspective, I think so. But I don't know. I think we're going to get a great game on Sunday.
I think we will too, and I hope we do.
I think we'll get a high-scoring fourth quarter, crazy game, and I'd like to think that the quarterback with the ball last is going to win the football game because, the question is how can either one of these defenses slow down the other team's offense? And when you take stock of what the Atlanta Falcons have, they have the 25th ranked defense in the NFL. They've played a lot better since their bye because they've blitzed a lot more. And if they do what they tried to do or what they did do to Aaron Rodgers
right.
And the Green Bay Packers, that means where they blitz 33% of the time on passing downs, guess what? Tom Brady's going to carve them up, man. He's going to carve them up. So I would like to think that we're going to get a high-scoring game, and hopefully it will be an exciting, action-packed game. Hopefully nobody gets hurt. Nobody of significance gets hurt. And it's going to be really interesting to see how Dan Quinn tries to slow down the Patriots' offense, something that they had a little bit of success with in Super Bowl 49 when he was the defense coordinator for the Seahawks. But, this is a whole different animal now, and this is going to be, to me, it's going to be a great game. So hopefully it's about the game and not about anything else.
Well, we hope so. Now, as you know, every year at Super Bowl, we get into the proposition wagering, or the exotic wagering, as some people may call it, okay? And you may have heard earlier today, or you may have read it because it came out yesterday, that there's actually a prop wager as to whether or not somebody will catch on fire during the halftime show. Now, the fact that you can wager on a person catching on fire.
But where do you wager?
Where
do you do that?
You can do it in Vegas.
Oh, in Vegas. You have to be in Vegas.
No. Every bookie in America
will have these prop bets?
Will have the prop bets.
Really?
Yes, because they're public bets, and everybody will have them. Now, to me, that seems like a no-brainer to bet against it, right?
Right, you would think so. Well, how much you have to bet against it to make any money?
Well, you'd have to bet a lot.
You'd have to bet like 150 to get like $20 or something?
Well, I got to check. I know it's 25-1. I didn't see. I have to check the flip on that. That being said,
so it's 25-1. So you bet $100, you win, you get $2,500. If you don't, you lose your $100.
It's a ridiculous bet. I'd be shocked if you can bet that the person won't catch on fire.
How about if the person
that's a no-brainer.
How about if the person catch on fire? Makes a bet. I'm going to bet
sets
$1,000
themselves on fire.
I'm going to bet $1,000 if somebody's catching on fire, and I'm putting myself on fire.
So here's some of the wagers that you can make beyond the game. I just want to give you 4 or 5 of them real quick, and I want you to tell me if you have immediate reaction where you feel confident and cocksure that you can give me a quick answer. Give it to me.
All right.
If you don't have an immediate reaction,
move on.
Then just say pass.
Okay.
So it's either going to be pick the side or
pass.
But you have to say it where it's. I'd like to pass. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
All right. You can wager $120 to win $100. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
That the term Gronk or Gronkowski will be mentioned more than 3 times.
Over
3.
Yes.
Al Dukes, you know that one as well or no?
Over as well.
Over as well.
100%.
Okay. Here's another one. Pre-game highlight is there's an interview with Bill O'Reilly and President Trump.
Oh.
All right? The odds of the interview lasting longer in minutes than the total number of rushing yards by Tom Brady. Which will be a bigger number? The interview?
The interview.
So in other words, if he does...
Tom Brady will run for like 5 yards.
He might do a 4-minute interview. That's my point.
I think it's going to be longer than 4 minutes.
All right, so what would you take on that?
President Trump's got to get in, like, all his adjectives,
So if you want to pick the interview, you have to lay 250 to win 100.
So, and he's also
Two and a half to
he
one.
may get sacked once or twice, so that's going to go against his
That
rushing
goes against
yards.
rushing yards. I would take that the interview's longer.
Right.
For sure.
Yes.
How about Al?
I'm going to say Tom Brady rushing yards more because they're going to cut these interviews so short
All
because
right.
of the time
Now,
constraints.
don't forget, it's a pre-game interview. So you
Pre-game.
got
This is the
plenty
pre-game.
of time.
Plenty of time.
And
4
whether
hours.
you like him or not, he's the president, meaning they will treat that interview as if they're interviewing a world leader, which, as comical as that might sound to some people, they are.
I think that the prop bet in this regard should be whether or not Donald Trump insults Roger Goodell.
That's not on the list.
That should be on the
All
list.
right? And I'll give you one more. We'll do these throughout the morning, all right? Here's the last one.
Yes.
The game, of course, is in backwards-ass town of Houston. All right? At some point during the broadcast, will somebody say the following quote, Houston, we have a problem. Yay or nay? Will that be said during the broadcast?
I'm going to say no.
You're going to say
I'm going
no.
to say they're going to stay away from it.
And Al?
I'm going to say they do that.
I think if there's a blowout, 100%, Joe Buck will say it.
I would say that if you listen to the radio, I'm definitely saying it. I'm definitely
The
going to say it.
radio doesn't count.
Oh, it doesn't say it.
It's
Okay,
gotta
that
be.
doesn't count. So I'm
You
definitely
can
going to
win
say
a
it
whole
now
bunch
just
of money.
because you're bringing it up.
There you go. We'll give you some more of these throughout the day. We'll get your calls. If you have a pick, if you have something about this game that actually stands out to you, I can't find it. Other than, the Patriots winning and then the post-game part between Goodell and Kraft and Brady, which I said again yesterday, if they win, I would not accept the trophy until the commissioner apologizes.
Oh, stop.
And that would be the biggest Super Bowl story since the New York Jets beat the Colts. Could you imagine? Patriots win. Goodell's there to give Robert Kraft and Tom Brady the Super Bowl trophy, the MVP trophy, and they say, we will not accept that until you say you're sorry. That'd be the single biggest NFL story maybe of all time. It'd be bigger than the merger.
Yes, I guess so.
That's exactly right.
It's not happening.
Our